I don't want the rematch. No, Kyle, I don't want the rematch. No, I got beat last time with shadow boxing. I bow. I'll take on Tony.
I haven't put my hands up yet.
I'll take. You beat me mentally already. You already beat me mentally in the battle there. How you doing, everyone? Thanks again for hanging out with us on another episode of Versus, baby. That's right. Today's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a fun one because we got two badass movies. And I know a lot of people out there already are just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? How could you do this? When I told Lady Fablud the two movies for this week's Versus episode, it looked like I literally broke her heart. You know? Like she was looking at me like, why? Why did you do this? Right? Which is hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing, right? And even a lot of people in the comments on social media and all that, they're like, how could you do this? This is not fair. You know? But this is what's so fun about Versus, because the whole point of Versus is we take two properties that are a little similar, whether in the genre or concept, and we put them against each other, and we vote and decide which movie we think, for any reason. For any reason. It could be, you know what, I like the soundtrack more than this one, or I like the fighting action sequences more than this one. It could be for any reason. It's your personal preference. So it could be for any reason, right? You don't have to be the super critic in terms of viewing stuff. Like, what movie did you enjoy more than the other? Even if you love both, what movie do you see yourself watching every day, right? That's what we're here to discuss and talk about. Two awesome badass movies. Now, I don't know. Some of you may not think one or the other movie is badass. You may hate the other movie. I don't know. It just may be me that has a poster of Dredd up here and has a Dredd tattoo. However, I have a Raid poster behind me as well. You won't know the choice until the end of the video. You know, it's fun. It's fun. But you know, we are here to hang out, talking movies. We got 29 badasses already here. The Movie Dojo Army has showed up. That's right. The Chaos Army, Tony of the Dead Army, the brand new Kyle Wong Army. That's right. He is our brother. He is our martial arts brother. That's right. He's been inducted into the Movie Dojo Army Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame now. But yeah, let's talk about our special guests that we have here today. Some of them you know, some of them you don't. But we got Mr. Tony of the Dead in the house. How you doing, my brother? Yeah, that's how you do it, right? You got to do it. You got Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast, in the house. Thanks again, brother, for hanging out with us. Master Chaos, welcome to the party, pal. How you doing? Is it Chaos or Tom Cruise? I don't know. Sometimes
I can do it. I just woo, yeah, yeah. Don't. Yeah. That's a threat. At a moment's notice, I go Cruise.
Oh man!
You're not gonna do what we all think you're gonna do, which is flip out.
Yeah.
Toss the chair somewhere to the side and go like,
help me, help you.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god, you guys are hilarious. This is a lot of fun. But again, it is always an honor to have Mr. Kyle Wong. That's right, martial artist, stuntman, filmmaker, all that good stuff. He is here. Thanks again, my brother, for coming back to the show. Remember, you're always welcome. Anytime, every day. Actually, I've changed your schedule. Every day you're going to be on the show. So I don't know if you knew that, but I spoke to your agent, and you're locked in every week, forever. So,
I just got to tell everybody that's waiting for me later on tonight. Like, sorry, I won't be on later online to play Red Dead. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Can't get out. The neighbors are watching.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, it's always fun having these guys here on the show talking movies, and it's always awesome to have you badasses. 43 Movie Dojo badasses are here already hanging out. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for liking, you guys. We really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It supports the channel, helps these knuckleheads out. But we'll segue to their channels at the end there. But yeah, Master Chaos, that's right.
Real quick. I was thinking about this. You know how you call everybody the Movie Dojo badasses? I think you should rename it to go more in keeping with your channel. Movie Dojo Fat Asses. I mean, how have you not thought of this? Fat asses. Let's do
that's
this.
it.
You know?
That's
Some
it.
of us might not like that.
I'm sure. I'm sure they'll all love that. It's brilliant. That's right. That's right.
You have to
right?
start pretty hot and tempting, right?
You are now all known as fat asses.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I won't do that. They're the Movie Dojo Army, and that's it. I'm sticking to it. But, Master Chaos, it always is a great having you here on the show. That's right. The director and writer of Blood Brothers. If you have not seen it, make sure you guys check it out. That's right. We got some filmmakers in the house. Yep. Blood Brothers. That's right. As well as our boy Kyle Wong, assistant director of Run as well. The only thing we're missing tonight is our other martial arts brother from the Movie Dojo. We're missing Ranjit. He couldn't make it tonight. He had an emergency, but we understand. But we always got to show love. So we're showing love right now. Keep an eye out for Exile, the Chosen Ones. That's right. Starring Sonny Pang and many more badasses. Keep an eye out for that. So hopefully, Ranjit, we can get you on the next one, my friend. All right. Who else is here? Look at this. Look at them. Movie Dojo Army is showing up here. Omni Blast. Michael Gonzalez, Finkster, Jason Willard. All right. Look at all these badasses are here. We're starting the ruckus. We're getting it going. That's right. Damn it. Look at what you started. Look at what you started.
That's right.
If any blast does it, it's automatically legit.
Oh my God.
Everyone's going to be hashtagging badasses.
That's it. Look, it's already started right now. Look at this. They go, I love the raid. That's right. Look at this. Let's go Dredd, son. Look at it. It's already started. That's right. We're gonna have fun tonight. Now we got 52 badasses in the house. That's right. We're gonna get ready to get it started, get a crack-a-lackin' here tonight. That's right. All right. First up, just a quick reminder. There will be spoilers for these movies, chat. If you guys are new here to the channel, there will be spoilers as well because we got to get into it. We got to talk about our likes and dislikes. So I'll read the plot synopsis really quick, and then we'll go around the circle and talk about what we liked and what we didn't like out of each movie. And then at the end, when we're done talking about both films, we will vote and give our verdict for best movie out of the two. Even though if we love both, which I do love both, I still got to pick a winner because it's fun. Now, I know, remember, versus, there's got to be something similar, right? So we have two moderately budgeted movies, both violent action blast fests, both contained into a building where our heroes are outnumbered and they cannot escape. That's why we're doing this for versus, okay? All right, let's go ahead. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Are you fat asses ready? Are you ready out there?
Yeah.
All right, let's get a crack-a-lackin'. All right, here we go. The Raid. Let's go ahead and get into this. The Raid Redemption came out in 2011. All right. The plot synopsis for The Raid. Give me 1 second here. All right. So, in Jakarta, Indonesia, Lieutenant Wahyu organizes the invasion of an apartment building that is the safe house of the powerful and cruel drug lord Tama and his gang. The SWAT team breaks in the building, but one lookout sees and warns the gangsters, and the police force is trapped on the 7th floor. They learn that Lieutenant Wahyu has not informed his superiors about the operation. Now the police officers have to fight with limited ammunition against the armed and dangerous gangsters. That's right. Directed by Gareth Evans. That's right, starring Iko Uwais, Joe Taslim. That's right, our boy Yayan Ruhan, Mad Dog, and many more other bad asses. All right, we will scroll down to Master Chaos. And what did you like and what did you not like? Positives and negatives on The Raid. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, I'm happy that half of the chat has adopted the fat ass moniker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Chaos. Yay.
We're gonna sell the merch faster now. Like, hey, I'm drinking my fat ass coffee. Dude, I'm serious. I'm gonna need a portion of that. The Raid. This one's going to be. This is a phenomenal film. from beginning to end. The fact that, as a filmmaker, and Kyle will probably attest to the fact, with not a giant budget, with not a lot of time, with not a lot of resources, they turned in an action movie that killed every action movie I've seen in theaters since Die Hard. I mean, you know what I mean? It's such an intense experience. It's for the most part, it's all realistic. It's all in your face. It's nonstop, which is so hard to do in a movie nowadays. And I always feel like American movies, they have to throw in dialogue. Oh, the actors want to act. Well, here's a scene where they have coffee and they talk quietly. I don't fucking care about them. I don't want to see that. I came to see action, and the Raid delivers. I have no negative things to say about the Raid, so that's going to be very
anything. Okay, you have no negatives, but were there any things you think they could have tweaked, make it a little bit better, or it's perfect the way it is?
I think for what it is, I think it's a perfect movie. This is a lean and mean, shoot 'em up, fist to bone movie, and I love that shit. That's the shit you watch and get you. I'm like, fuck, I want to go to the gym now. Like, man, I haven't trained in a while. I'm gonna go punch. I'm gonna hit the punching bag now. It gets you hyped, and I love movies that do that. So I honestly, I have issues with the second one. I have a lot of issues with part 2, but the first one I think is a solid ass movie. I think it's. I don't want to tip my hat here, but I think it's unbeatable.
All right. Mr. Kyle Wong, positives and negatives, or if you have any history or backstory about the Raid, let's get into it.
History and backstory, as always. I always do this. So I found out recently that, well, not recently, I've always known this, that they've actually, right after Gareth Evans' first film, Marantal, back in 2009, they were planning to set up to make the Raid 2 originally. Like, that was supposed to be the main story. And then when they could not get the budget for it, there's actually, I think on YouTube right now, where there is a short clip of the actual prison setup, but it was like shot very early on. And they were trying to get the budget, but then it would not. Then when they realized, okay, this is not a big, this story's too big, what can we do? So they scaled back to make a condensed story. And they wanted to make Rama an actual character this time. So they went back and wrote the script, and I'll get into that after, where they actually stated that I believe they started shooting it right around 2011 and then even releasing it in 2011 right after. So they really had a tight schedule of shooting everything and condensing it into that storyline that they had. And what I appreciated was the fact that they actually gave a more realistic approach of how everyone in that kind of situation is all just getting fucked up. I would say.
They get fucked up.
And the fight scenes were definitely visceral. And to this day, like, no one can actually do anything more interesting and more kinetic as what Iko and Yayan made at that time. Because, like, remember, there was, like, that point where 2003, there was Ong back, and then Donnie Yen reacted with SPL, as we all know. And then finally we're all like wondering, okay, what's happening next? There's a Wing Chun craze of 2009, and Eric, I think you could agree with that. Also, with like 2009 was when the first Yip Man came out, and then next thing you know, everyone's just like wondering what is next. And then finally the Raid came out, and we are introduced to a version of Salat after Marantal. And then here we are with like a more uniform Salat version. And then a lot of everything else with Joe Taslim bringing in his judoka and everything else and just implementing everything that they have. And you see this raw brutality of every fight that you've never seen on screen, which was like really exciting and yet different at the same time. And I think I remember seeing the original trailer for it originally, and I was like, I don't know about this trailer. And then they released a new trailer when they got Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park's to do the soundtrack. And then they ended it with like Iko Uwais slamming the guy's head against the wall. And I was like, okay, I'll see this. And I just remember seeing it, and I was going, this is a solid film. And now that it's been like almost, holy crap, this film is almost 10 years old.
Right? Yeah. And we still ain't seen the fucking remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does not exist in this world. That does not exist.
I love Chaos's reaction right now. I love that because it's true. It's ridiculous. Come on, man. But yeah, go keep going.
Like I would say, like definitely the good parts was definitely the action scenes were very exciting and still are to this time. And now now that I've seen like a little bit of the flaws of like, okay, story, it's very light on story. That's the thing. It's very condensed, and you find out that everything is near the end with spoiler alert. Iko's character finds out that his brother is actually part of the gang inside the building, and then they just throw in like, yep, you have a brother, and whether or not you can get out of it alive, who knows. And then at the same time, you don't really get to know much about every character. You just know about Iko Uesa's character, and I felt like, yes, every other SWAT member is just cannon fodder just to lead up to this. And coming from that aspect now, like of how I've seen like most action movies and how I implement my films too, you gotta have that type of like sympathy and connection with the audience and characters, and that's the only drawback now that I have. Looking back at it, sorry to the audience. I was like saying we hate you.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Were there any other negatives that you're tweakers thing, or it's fine?
That's pretty much all I have to say.
About it.
Yeah.
Okay, but mostly positive. Mm-hmm. Right. Eric, positives and negatives.
Yeah, when this movie came out, I actually got to see it in the theaters. And I was already familiar with Iko and the director because a few years earlier, somebody recommended Marantau to me, and I was very impressed with it. Because when that movie came out, Tony Jaa was kind of in his sabbatical phase, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Everybody was wondering, what?
You mean living in the cave days?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions going around, and some dude online said, hey, check out this Marantau. It's this Indonesian flick. I'm like, really? And that one impressed me, so I was looking forward to this, and this one just took it to the next level. And it's kind of interesting that Gareth Evans, really, still a newbie director at this point, but the amount of preparation he puts into the fights is just so absurd when you think about the amount of time they spent in a gym on crash mats, and then he takes a camcorder, and he films every single shot he needs, drops it into a video storyboard, so when he's on set, he gets all of his shots and just drops them in and does like a rough edit like every day of his film. And then he shows the guys like what they did for the day. It's like, hey, you beat the crap out of each other, but look what we did. Now come back tomorrow. That was kind of his whole shtick with that. But yeah, this is from start to finish. This is nonstop action, but it has a diversity to it. It starts with a lot of gunplay near the beginning. Yeah. And that's executed well. And then it shifts to the martial arts. And my four highlight moments are the Machete Gang fight, Joey Taslim versus Yaya Ruyan, the drug lab fight, and then the finale. And looking back on it, I get even more excited to watch this now to see Joe Taslim versus Yaya Ruyan. Right. When this movie came out, I didn't know who these guys were. It's even better now. So the only thing that could have possibly made this a tiny bit better is if somehow, hindsight's 2020, but you just take Julie Estelle and drop her in here as a gang member, girlfriend, and have her go nuts on one or two dudes. But
or we could drop Julie Estelle in every movie. How's that?
Pretty much.
Just do that. Every movie, comedies, dramas, horror, just drop her in there. It'd be great. It's a bonus.
Yeah. So this one it's one of my favorites. I love it.
There he is. Oh, Ranjit. He says Gareth won't do the Raid 3. He's made that clear, unfortunately. Okay, because they're going back and forth. They want a Raid 3, but he's if Ranjit is saying this, then it's confirmed, unfortunately. But we're here to talk about the first Raid. But it's good to see you popping in, at least for a little bit, my friend. Hope everything is going well with you. All right. Anything else, Eric?
I don't think so.
I don't. Did any of you hear the original soundtrack? Did you compare the original soundtrack with the Linkin Park one?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Which one's better? Because I've only heard the Mike what's it, Mike Shinoda, is that his name?
Yeah, Mike Shinoda. So here's the thing.
I've only heard that
actually
one.
Imported this one. I imported this one. This is the US version that has both the new soundtrack and the original soundtrack. The original soundtrack is actually made by the actual composers of Raid 2.
Okay.
And it sounds more horror than what we have now. Yeah, it's much more. That's what it really sounds like. And when I first watched it, like, let's hear this original soundtrack, and it's very horror and very atmospheric when you see it. So it's not as like on point or upbeat as you hear now with Mike Shinoda and Joseph Trapanese's soundtrack. So it's really interesting to hear the two dynamic versions of it.
That's interesting.
So, oh wow, do you prefer either one, or they're both good?
It's both like on the same level, but you get a different vibe from both films.
Yeah,
or both versions, and it's like, oh wow, this. You feel like that survival action with the horror approach that the original composers did, but here with Joseph Trapanese, you get the more action-packed version of it, and that's like, as a filmmaker, like you really do need to understand, like, well, not understand, you know what you want in a sense, and yet when you have like Joseph Trapanese and Mike Shinoda coming in and saying, what if we actually did this for you? I don't know the actual news about that, but let's just say, like, it's like asking asking Guns N' Roses to actually do a whole soundtrack for your film, and it's like, okay, cool. With the original, with Axl and Slash, okay, cool, do it.
All right. Copy that. We got 60 badasses watching right now. That's right. Movie Dojo Army is growing. Can any of you confirm this quote, Kyle, Eric?
They trained Pinchot.
So director Garth Evans said that he trained in Salat for 9 to 10 months prior to shooting the film.
I know he did a documentary or something on it too.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. That he documented with Eco and then meeting Yanyan, and they actually did, like, as Eric pointed out, that they prevised everything. They even had the Raid 2 prevised already before they did the Raid 1. And remember that they were planning to do the Raid 2 before going into the Raid because that was the main story, and then
Okay. All right. Tony, positives and negatives, my friend.
Well, I've heard from numerous people for a while now about this movie, and I didn't know what it was about or anything. I actually thought the way the cover is, like the building, I thought it was like a horror movie, and I never got a chance. And then Samurai actually said, "Hey, it's cheap, buy the 2-pack of the Raid 1 and 2."
I did.
And I was like, okay, I bought it, and like all my movies, I never watch it. And then for this, I watched it, and I have this. I didn't know about the music until all this. I don't know any of this stuff. Like, I just watched the movie, and that's me. I don't know anybody. I don't know names. I could say which guy was what, because I'm terrible with names. But it does say it also includes the original music, so I thought the music in here was fine. So, but I'd like to hear the other music. This surprised the hell out of me. Like, it just seems like, okay, it's they're going in the building. They're going to take out this guy, and then, it's cops. And then it just, all of a sudden, all out fucking, and I'm thinking to myself,
Carnage.
I just watched Ip Man not long ago. And it's like, it made him look slow. Like, it was like so fast. And it was so brutal. And it had me going, ooh, like that. And I was like, watch this part. And Shana even couldn't look at it, like the part where they kick the guy off the banister and he lands on the other side, but it's like, like his body's like split like this. I was like, and to get me to do that, it takes a lot. And I was like, the whole time I was like, smile on my face the whole time watching this.
That makes me so happy.
The sergeant, like, I was like, what's up with him? He has some kind of secret he's not telling everybody. The two bad guys, like one of them is being his brother, like his two henchmen, was the main guy's oh my god, brother, and then there was that other one that was kind of like the mad dog, kind of like
Mad Dog, yeah.
He's like a mad dog. The other one keeps him in control. He was like, he's like, I don't like to use guns because of whatever. And then like his fighting was awesome. And then when they
it's
fight,
not pure.
Yeah, it's not pure. Then they fight at the end together. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is gonna be great. I love this. I love the movie. Like at the end, I clapped it. I was like, that was a good movie. Fantastic. The part where they take the axe and go through the floor was great. And then the camera work, how they did that, and they showed it on the Blu-ray how they did that with the guy going down and then somebody else down there grabbing it. And that was amazing. Like it was such good camera work, and they're saying like they had like no budget really.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. It's like so good. So brutal. I loved it.
Nice.
I really don't have anything negative to say about it either.
Okay.
Yeah, I just loved it from the beginning to the end.
That's why we're friends, Tony. Otherwise, I'd have to block you and ban you from.
I'm telling you right now, if you suggest a bad movie, though, I will never listen to you again. My one friend did that to me once, and I never listened to another movie.
I might. You never know. It might have an apples and oranges day. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Like I wanted to watch it again right away.
All right. Copy that. That makes me happy. 63 badasses hanging out. Oh, Sexy Sumo's here. All right.
Also, I'd like to say it started off with them talking with the English, and I changed it to the Indonesian.
Oh, yes. Oh, you have made me proud. You have made me proud. Thank you. All right. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah. All right. You know what, sir? You know what? You deserve some good old fashioned cinematography. You need some cinematography.
I didn't even know you were recording me that day.
Oh man. Yeah. It's lovely cinematography. There you go. Oh man. All right. Now it's my turn to speaketh right now, but I don't know. We might have a guest. Hold on a second. Well, let me go ahead and talk now, just to see. He may pop in or not, but I'll go ahead and talk until he gets here, if he wants to or not. We may have a guest. All right. So for me, I didn't know anything about the raid. There really wasn't any hype. I remember my buddy Edgar. It was just hey, check this trailer out, man. That was it. I was just like, oh, okay, I will check this trailer out, man. I looked down, and I was like, yo! Like, right when the scene in the trailer where Joe Taslim is, like, point-blank range with the pistol. Bah, 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 bah. I was like, yo! And then I looked at my buddy, yo! And I said, we're going to the theater, yo! So I got lucky with, just like Eric did. We got extremely lucky, and the raid actually played at our theater. Out of all the movies, the raid up the street at our theater, our local theater, played the raid. And, we went in there, and, it's a foreign film, so it wasn't like it was super packed. But we didn't give a fuck. We didn't care if nobody was in there. We wanted to go see, how rare is that for us out here? We don't really get that, you know what I mean? So we went to go see it in the theater, me and Lady Fat Blood. And, there was like maybe 30 people in there with us, maybe. And it's been a long time, and I'm trying really hard to remember the last time I was in an action flick that involved, everything. Shooting, martial arts, everything. The wakes. And I was hearing the audience gasp. I can't remember the last time I've been in an action film. You know what I mean? Like the last Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie. Fun! Great stunts. Some really unexpected fun fight scenes, right? Fun movie, fun time, right? Nobody gasped, when it came to the action and the actual like fight choreography and all that. When we were here, I'll give you an example. So everybody was watching the movie and enjoying it just like we were. And it was just brutal, badass, knives, machetes, guns, the kitchen sink, goddammit. Everything's being fucking used, and you got a likable hero, and you got a well-established villain. Yeah, you don't get that much backstory, but you don't need to. The movie right away starts with him just blowing dudes away. You know what I mean? Like, you already know, okay, you don't want to fuck with this dude. I like how he ran out of bullets, and then he set the gun on the guy's shoulder and goes, can you hold this for me? I'll be right back. He goes in there, opens up the drawer, looks down, and instead of like grabbing another bullet for his gun like he was going to, he's like, oh, fuck it, let me get the hammer. That's a villain. That's a villain. Walks back over there with the hammer, crack. That's a villain. So, I'll give you an example. So, in terms of the audience going, well, holy shit. So, fight scene, Eco doing his thing, just beating asses and taking names, and then all of a sudden this happens.
That was
crack.
That's one of my favorite things. In the
crack. Crack. I'm just gonna leave this here. Yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fucking yeah. Kill the son of a bitch. Yeah. All right.
Say hello to your brother for me.
Right. Right. So, here's our guest. What? He made it! Holy shit, he made it! Oh, dude! Oh man, what a surprise! I know you're suffering. I know you probably want to get some sleep, man. I hope everything's okay. But I'm so glad to see you here, man. I really appreciate you popping in. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
What's
Sorry
up?
for joining the Q&A, man.
Oh no, you can, man. You can always pop in, even as the last 5 minutes. Just pop in and say, "What's up, motherfuckers?" and then peace out. I'm out. It's worth it. We got Ranjeet in the house.
Dude,
Everyone,
I'm gonna join
Go
from
ahead.
my phone. My fucking internet shit. So just give me a
it's
second.
fine. Oh, it's fine. You want me to keep talking, and then we'll go to you? What do you think about the movie?
You guys carry on. I'll be on in 1 second. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Cool, man.
Okay, all right. Did you want me to remove you? Okay, he'll come back in. All right, cool. So yeah, it was just like gasp, like like holy shit.
Yeah.
When it comes to an action film, a modern day action movie, I really can't think right off the top of my head right now where I paid my money, bought the ticket, went into the theater, sat down for this modern day action film with stunts, fighting and shooting, car chases, and I was just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe the John Wick movies later, but that we're talking way later John Wick movies came out, right? Like maybe, right? But yeah. And the John Wick movies are just over the top fun, But still, in terms of gasping, in terms of like we didn't know what to expect when we went to see it. And it's fun, seeing other people in the theater enjoying it also. You know what I mean? That's always an awesome thing. All right. That's all right. Ranjeet is here. He is here. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody's here. There you go. Here you go. Big claps for your appearance. Hey. All right.
Tony and me were doing the golf clap.
Hey, clap is a clap. Yeah, so by the end of it was one of those, even like the end fight, when we're just setting this shit up here. What's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, I take on both of y'all motherfuckers. Yeah. What, that's it? That's all you got? Oh, you the main star too? I'm gonna fuck you up too, and your brother. I'm gonna fuck you both up and take your money and take your girlfriends on a date. Like that is just like, we were exhausted, but in a good way. Yeah. By the end of that fight was over in the theater, we were like, we had to take a breath. And that's what I mean by gasping and just like, wow. Because, it was phenomenal. I'm a big fan. I love it. It's fucking amazing. And I'm glad the rest of you enjoy it too. But Ranjeet is here to represent Dredd. That's the only reason why he's here. He's like, fuck the raid. No, it's all good, brother. Ranjeet! Story behind the scenes, man. You worked with some of these actors that worked with some of these actors from the raid. So, any stories or behind the scenes, or just your thoughts, positives and negatives, of what you think about the raid? The floor is yours.
I think a lot of you have actually already given a lot of the behind the scenes. Like my brother here said, Gareth wanted to do the Raid 2 initially, and then because he didn't have the budget, he went on to do the Raid 1. I think he wrote the script for Raid 1 in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. and you got the whole financing together because the original investor said, I can't finance the Raid 2, but here's a smaller budget. If you can do something else, then do it. And because he was so attached to the story already of the Raid 2, he thought, like brother said, so he scaled everything down. He kept some of the same characters, and he still wanted to work with Yayan, because if you see Yayan in the Raid 2, he's obviously a completely different character, right? But he still wanted to work with Yayan, so he developed his character, put him in the Raid 1, and it's what you see now as Mad Dog. Other behind the scenes stuff, because Gareth he's a one-man army. He writes, directs, produces, and edits, and does all the choreography, right? So it's like, when he did the Raid 1, the industry was like, shit, who is this guy? Let's take notice of him. And then, I guess the rest is history. I mean, I think it kind of proves, because Netflix have signed a 5-movie deal with him, starting with Havoc, the Tom Hardy one. Right?
Ooh, and, I'm already intrigued.
Right, so I mean, he already went on to say that Raid 1 and Raid 2 was like his thing, and like he wanted to delve into other projects, which is why he went on to do Apostle, because he was a fan of horror movies, and he took that inspiration from Timo, the director of The Night Comes for Us. But he liked it, but it wasn't his thing. He knew that he was the action guy, so he did Gangs of London. He dipped his toe back into action by doing Gangs of London, but then he thought, you know what, I'm gonna go back full beast mode again and do Havoc, which is gonna be complete action. Like, I know a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I already know about the movie. I know a lot of people working on that movie.
I'm stoked.
So, when you guys see Havoc,
I'm stoked.
Havoc is gonna be a fucking insane movie, man.
Tom Hardy, Gareth Evans.
Yeah.
The movie's called fucking Havoc.
Samurai, there's actually someone that you and I are very close to that's gonna be in Havoc.
Shit. All right.
A very massive role.
Nice.
But I won't
keep it
way too much. Yeah.
Okay. You let me know later.
I'll let you know later. Yeah.
And I'll keep it quiet.
Going back to the raid. Yeah. He's already said. Gareth has already said, I'm not doing the Raid 3, and partially the reason he's not doing Raid 3 is because the US have brought the rights to do the remake. So even if he wanted to do the Raid 3, he's not allowed to, right? Because now that property is owned by.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's owned by the American studios, and I know Frank Grillo is supposed to be playing Iko Uwais' character Rama. But yeah, exactly, man. But yeah, I mean, the US have already said that they can't replicate the Salat style and what the Raid has accomplished. So it's going to be, so if they ever decide to do it, I highly doubt they'll do it. But if they ever decide to do it, it's going to be a completely other fucking martial arts style that we've already seen, and it's just going to be a really generic movie.
But it's now, Ranji, I have a quick question for you. How long do they have to make that remake before the rights revert back?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think Gareth has sold the complete rights to that.
Oh.
So they have
Okay.
So, and I think maybe I'm wrong, but I've heard this, but I think part of the reason was because Gareth pitched an idea to do Deathstroke for DC in exchange.
Holy shit!
Right? But his Deathstroke concept, DC were just like maybe not, and we're gonna go in a different direction. So Gareth thought, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go and do Apostle."
Okay, is there a TV on in the background there, or I'm hearing some feed?
No.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I'm hearing something.
On my side.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But in the words of Lady Fat Blood, whatever bullshit remake, reboot, prequel, whatever, 30 years later sequel that they make in the future will never take away our classics.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Never take away. Make all the fucking bullshit Terminator movies you want. It's never going to take away Terminator 1 and 2 for us. That's right. Keep fucking up Predator. Go ahead. I'll laugh at you. I'll laugh at you. I'll flip you the bird, and then I'll laugh at you. But it's not going to take away the classics. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Ranjit, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Hey, brother.
Maybe you know the answer to this. Why doesn't Gareth direct the remake? I mean, was it Shimizu who directed the American Grudge? So American remake. So wouldn't Gareth want to, if they gave him the chance, would he take it or no?
No, he won't take it. He's already said he's done with the Raid series.
Right.
He's already said I've done as much as I can do with the Raid. So I think Joe Carnahan is supposed to be doing the American remake.
Okay.
I mean, Joe's he's a really good director. I like one of my favorite movies of his is The Grey. So
great.
So him doing a remake of the Raid, it would be great on paper, but you know, executing it is a completely other thing, right?
Right.
You know, there have been plenty of examples of it. You know, we've seen a lot of remakes come from other great movies, and they've turned out to be complete fucking shit.
Yeah.
So, I personally don't think that the remake will ever happen. Maybe it's a very small chance that the rights might come back to Gareth, but I highly doubt it. And if they ever do, maybe Gareth will do it just as a farewell movie, I guess, his very last movie, but I doubt it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, again, like I was saying earlier, you know, of course, we would love to have a trilogy, a perfect action trilogy. You know, it'd be great, right? But again, at least, you know, 2 classics is better than no classics, right?
Yeah.
So, so cool. Anything else that you like about the film? Are you pretty much positive overall, Ranjit?
I think, for me, is mostly positive as well. I mean, I guess with every movie, you can always trim a bit of fat from every movie. But, I guess no movie is ever perfect. But, you know, I think the raid, in terms of action-wise, I think is probably the closest you're going to get to perfect action. Right?
Pretty much. Just non-stop action, adrenaline rush. People getting fucked up. Yeah, people getting fucked up. And when I try to sell the Raid to other people, you know, I've stopped selling the Raid to casuals. I've stopped, man, because there's people out there that are like, oh, I was like, you like action movies? Yeah. You like martial arts movies? Yeah. Oh man, you gotta watch the Raid the next day. I was like, really? I was like, really, bro? I was like, really, bro? Let me guess. You were on your fucking phone the whole time. You weren't even paying attention. Oh, let me guess. You didn't play the English dub. You played it in foreign language, and you had to watch subtitles, and you freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, name something right now, bro, that's as good or better than the Raid. Go ahead. Well, I can't think right now, but I just need time to get it. You know, I'm just like, all right,
Guy. If you don't like subtitles, just turn the subtitles off and don't watch. Just watch in the original language. You don't even need subtitles.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. That's true. You know, because I'm just like, okay, this is not your genre. You know what I mean? And I remember we had a buddy of ours come over, and he had his son here, who was, you know, he's like an older teenager, right? And you know, his dad was someplace else, and he was sitting up here, and he was like, hey, you got any action movies to watch? I love action. I'm a huge fan of action. I was like, oh, I got the movie for you. I put the Raid on. He was on his fucking phone the whole time. I was like, so you know what I did? I broke his neck, and I killed his dad. No,
he's kidding you two. He's kidding.
No, he's not.
Wow, you're really passionate about that movie.
No, I'm just saying it's cool if you don't like it. It's fine, but don't go around boasting that you know you're talking all this. You know, oh, I'm a huge fan of action movies. I'm like, really? And you didn't like anything about the Raid, really? Okay, all right. I won't be calling you and inviting you over for any movie nights at my house anymore. Hold on a second. We got a Gilbert. Thanks for the donation, my friend. He says, we have We have the Snyder Cut coming out soon, but what sits before us is the Justice Society of YouTube. Yes! Yes!
That's right.
And in the words of...
We make the world a better place by talking about movies, and that's pretty much it. Well, half of us make movies, but the rest of us enjoy movies. I think we're all making the world a better place by...
That's right.
People getting killed. You know, makes the world happy.
And in the words of Sexy Sumo, fuck casuals.
Yeah.
There you go.
Filthy casuals.
Go watch Frozen. Right? Go watch your Frozen movies. Yeah. Get out of your...
Frozen is a great action movie.
Those are great. That should have been great.
Phat Samurai Guy, where did you hide the body? I ate them. All right, here we go. All right. This is getting weird now. All right, this is hilarious. We're having fun. All right, so yeah, overall, just fucking badassity abounds from this movie from start to finish. And what I love telling people who know what the Movie Dojo Army. That's right, you. That's right. What I love telling you guys, or if you've never seen the movie before, but you're down for the good shit, is I always highlight that. Do you remember a time where the stuntmen, the martial artists, and the actors were the special effect? Do you remember those times? You remember that time? That's what this movie is. It's a throwback. This is a throwback to where the badassity of the martial artists and the stuntmen putting their lives on the line, doing all this crazy badass stuff, and they're the highlight, right? Yeah. Not this fucking overly used CGI bullshit that looks fake and nobody gives a fuck, right? Throwback movies done right, and that's what I love about The Raid. All right, let's go ahead and get into Dredd here. He is the law, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Ranjit made it. He made it. Lady Fat Blood.
I wanted to join.
Yeah, she wanted to join.
I wanted to join.
She's suffering.
Sorry.
She wanted to join us. Maybe next time. We'll figure it out.
I just heard what you guys were talking about.
What were we talking about?
About
fat asses?
About people not enjoying this movie.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about people not enjoying this movie. Did you have some, too?
I did.
She had some, too?
I lost a little bit of faith in humanity.
She lost some faith? You got to talk louder.
When I recommended this movie to somebody at one of my jobs a few years ago, and he watched it, and he came back to me, he's like, it was okay. I didn't really like it. Was okay, but
okay.
But it was unrealistic. I'm like,
it was unrealistic.
It was unrealistic. It's like, yeah, the way that one guy was fighting when he had that thing in his neck. How could he keep fighting like that? And I was just like,
he's called fucking Mad Dog. Okay. That's the point of his character. It's gonna take more than his shank in the neck to kill the motherfucker. That's the point.
I didn't really have much to say after that.
Did you kill him and bury him like I told you to?
I didn't. No? I couldn't. Okay. I couldn't really talk.
That's all right.
I was just like.
Did you delete his number?
Okay.
Delete, Kyle.
Did she just
delete?
She just threw up in his face.
Delete.
Like, you didn't like it.
Vomit right on him.
Yeah.
Oh, what fun. We have fun. All right, let's go ahead and get to Dredd 2012. That's right. He is the law. All right, quick plot synopsis. In a violent, futuristic city where the police have the authority to act as a judge, jury, and executioner, a cop teams with a trainee to take down a gang that deals with the reality-altering drug slow-mo. Yes, directed by Pete Travis, starring Carl Urban, Olivia Thirlby, Lena Headey, and a very young Donald Gleason, Master Chaos. Did you know that?
Yes,
Donald.
Yeah, Donald Gleason, yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, rewatching it. I was like, is that Donald Gleason? Oh my God. Hey, at least Donald Gleason was in one good sci-fi movie. Oh!
Ex Machina, though. He was
going to say.
Okay. Yeah. All right. He's in 2.
Yeah.
Judge.
Star Wars, those are amazing. So I don't know what you're talking about. Perfect. Funny.
Yeah.
Isn't your favorite The Last Jedi, Master Chaos? It's your favorite.
I think it's completely perfect. Nothing wrong with that movie.
Perfection. Perfection. But yeah, Dredd. So I don't want to get in too much with the Stallone Judge Dredd because I might save that for a future video. But I didn't know it was based off a comic book character when Stallone's Judge Dredd came out, and I was intrigued, believe it or not, after watching that movie, and I bought a few comics here and there. I've always wanted to either see a sequel or a better version of Dredd. Now, what's interesting about this movie, as much as I enjoyed it, we went to see this at a Universal City Walk, and we saw it there in 3D. And we're not big, huge fans of 3D, and Avatar did that, so fuck Avatar. So anyway, that's for another video. But yeah, we're not the hugest fans of 3D, but we actually liked the 3D in this movie because of the slow-mo scenes with the drug slow-mo and the action sequences during it was actually fucking cool. We didn't mind it. But we had ridiculously low expectations, and that's what made us like the movie a lot more because, let's be honest, have you guys seen the trailer for Dredd? It's fucking horrible.
I haven't.
It's fucking horrible. Yeah. When somebody said, "Hey, there's a new Dredd movie coming out," I'm like, "Really? Carl Urban is Dredd?" I'm like, "Really?" I watched it on YouTube and I was fucking embarrassed. I was embarrassed, like I made the fucking movie, and I was like, "This looks terrible." So the marketing for Dredd was terrible. Unfortunately, a lot of the budget that was used for Dredd, because it was a moderate budget movie, but a lot of it, pretty much almost 50% of it, was used for the 3D add-on and to get it to 3D, unfortunately. And so it did, the good news is it's found a cult following now and people love it now. That's the good news. That's all that matters. But, when it came out, it wasn't a hit, unfortunately.
This was in a theater?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being a theater. I thought it was a direct-to-video.
There you go.
It there you go. In theater, and I'll get into the whole story mission of that in a bit.
Yeah. Kyle will break it down even more detail than what I'm saying. But yeah, we had zero expectations. We kind of just went as a joke. We were like, "Oh, they made another Judge Dredd movie. Did you see that trailer? Oh, it was embarrassing. Let's go. We ain't got nothing else to do." We kind of went as a joke, and dude, I don't know how you guys feel. We'll get to you guys' opinions, but it was fucking violent. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, thank God. Dredd is fucking violent now. It was gritty. I really loved the Anderson character. The Anderson character and her character development was very unexpected. I really loved her. And, Lena Headey was a fun villain. And the score, the soundtrack is, if you guys have not heard the soundtrack to this movie, it's fantastic. Go to YouTube. You can listen to the whole thing while you're working, driving. The soundtrack is fucking the shit. Okay, Cliff Martinez, I think, did the soundtrack.
Morgan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed them up because they both do synthesizer roles.
I know.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you. But yeah, I just was like, dude, that was actually kind of fucking kick ass. Like, a movie grabs your attention when the guy behind us is going, "Kill the bitch." Kill the bitch. When Dredd's got Lena Headey up against the glass, right? The guy behind us was like all into it. He's like, "Kill the bitch." And we were all laughing, right? We were all cracking out. So, the 3D didn't give us headaches or make us go cross-eyed. Yeah. It was violent. It was fun. Carl Urban did a great job. It's hard to act with just a fucking mask on the whole movie, and you got to emote some kind of emotion, which is your fucking lips. Is it a perfect movie? No. But it was fucking badass enough to make, and it was like, it's weird because when you go back and revisit Dredd over and over, you like it more. At least for me. Everyone's different. There's haters out there who fucking hate it. And that's fine, to each his own. But I got my fucking poster up here. I got my tattoo right here. So I'm here to represent Dredd. And to even make it even more badass, on his badge up here, I have Anthrax, one of my favorite metal bands, on there because they made a song about Judge Dredd called "I Am the Law." And it's fucking great. That's right.
Nice.
All right. So, Tony, do you want me to go around the same way, or head your way this time?
You can go to me, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Positives and negatives on Dredd 2012.
Well, like I said, I didn't even know this was in a theater. I thought it was direct to video, so I I don't know if I doubt I rented it. I don't know. I saw it somehow, or I just bought it because it was cheap. And I am knocking over my light. Anyway, when I was 16, and I guess that's when around the other Dredd came out, which we won't talk about much, but my friend who actually works for like video game companies and that now drew me a Judge Dredd back then because he knew how much I liked the other Dredd movie. And so when I saw this was coming, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see that. And it's like it didn't bother me. Stallone wasn't in or whatever. It's like a whole new story. And I didn't know what to expect going in. Like I said, I didn't see a trailer. I just saw Dredd and I'm going to watch it. Right. And I was surprised at the violence and the blood and everything. Like they still did the like talking to the gun to get the different kind of bullets.
Yeah.
Very, very, very awesome movie. The storyline's good. The one thing, like I like like you said, the character development with the psychic, but I think I could kind of do without the psychic ability because it really didn't bring too much to the character. Like, it's cool she has it, but like they didn't do too much with it except she got a few numbers, and like got inside of the one guy's head. But I think she, everybody did a great job. Who's the guy who plays him?
Carl Urban.
I think he did a great job as well. I didn't know who he was back then. And now it's like, oh shit, you see him so much, and like I really like him, so that's cool. And Phat, I think it was kind of comical in a way, but like in a good way. How like the other members of the justice system like come in, and they are dirtier looking. Yeah. You could tell them apart. I thought that was kind of neat, but like, it was just a fun movie, brutal as hell. Like Hot Shot. What did you say? I said Hot Shot, and it shoots in like that is crazy. Even the homeless guy sitting there, and is like, "I told you to move." That's so many not in the cubes or whatever, and then the thing just comes down. It's like, whoa, what the hell's going on with this movie? The whole floor scene where they shoot the gun off is like crazy. And I have this bad habit of comparing myself to the people in a movie, and I'm just like, I'd be dead. Like, yeah, I'd be that homeless guy sitting there crushed right in the beginning of the movie. That's me. I'm done for. Same thing with the Raid. I'd be like, everybody knows martial arts. What am I gonna? I'm like Butterbean, like except I can't fight. I'm like, I'd be the Kool-Aid man running through. I'd be the Kool-Aid man running through the wall because they fucking threw me through it. That's how I would be. And but this was a great, film. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it in years, and I still enjoyed it just as much. Is it better than the Raid?
We'll get to that.
I'll let you know at the end. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But like I said, probably the psychic could have did without a little more, and maybe make and the slow what was it called? Slow-mo was fucking cool as hell. Like her with the bathtub water and that was really neat.
Or the jibs.
The jibs are awesome. Like the violence is when they shoot him in the cheek, it's just it's great. So cool. It's really a nice looking movie, action packed and likable characters, hateable characters, different gangs. There it is. It's just it's a all around fun time. It's if you go into it unexpected, like not knowing what to expect, like obviously the same thing I just said, but it's a good time. I think people would enjoy it. The only kind of thing that's the same with that and the Raid is the building and them being trapped, except in this building there's no neighbors watching them. It's just everything's locked down. So and it's futuristic. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Eric.
Yes, Dredd. So I think the action design in this movie is good. Tony went through a lot of the main action scenes. I like the motorbike chase early on, and then but it really the thing that kind of elevates this movie, in my opinion, is the pacing. There's no dull filler basically at all in this. It just keeps moving. Bam, you get an action scene at the beginning, and then you're in this huge complex, and our protagonists are basically looking out for danger the entire time. So that's good. I think it really helps to keep it engaging. The other thing I like a lot is that with the violence, obviously, that adds another extra element to it. Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yeah.
I think he did like 3 upgrades to his gun before shooting him in the head.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And then I know Tony was mentioning which character he would be. I know who I would be. You know how the corrupt cops come in and the bottom floor, and the one dude's like, "Excuse me, officers, I think you have it wrong. Mama's the one that's behind it all." And they say, "Mr. Asian movie enthusiast, would you testify to this?" He'd be like, "Sure." That would be me. And the other thing I like to point out is that the lighting in this movie is quite good. We get a lot of yellow, is what I noticed in this one. A lot of yellow lights. And then you get some splashes of red. And with me, like the Atmosphere guy, I really like when yellow is highlighted in film. It's a little different from what we usually get. So I kind of like the atmosphere in the film as well, even though it's not a real high-budget film. So I think, and we do get a few good character moments, like the moment where Anderson goes in that lady's apartment and then she realizes that they already killed her husband in the stairway. That was an interesting little moment as well. So yeah, this is just a good solid flick. The only thing I would say maybe to improve upon is maybe the staging of the gunfights. Maybe could have had a little bit more variety. Because I'm a huge fan of Johnny Toe, and he can stage like all kinds of like positioning elements and stuff like that in his shootouts.
Exiled.
So that's the only thing I would say. Maybe they could improve on a little more creativity in the gun battle staging. But outside of that, this is good.
Cool. Kyle, take us deeper into behind the scenes, my friend.
It is story time with Kyle.
Story time with Kyle.
So let's see. As we all know, that this film was tarnished because of the Stallone film, and again, like everyone, we're not going into that, but everyone that knew that this film was coming out knew that it had the Stallone film on their mind. So this film was like optioned to be written by the writer right now, Alex Garland, to be done in 2008, and this was like when 2008 had like all the big films starting off. Like you had the big comic book boom of films coming out. Like that's when the Marvel Cinematic Universe started.
Iron Man,
The Dark Knight, and then I plainly remember fucking Punisher Warzone, and that was like a fun kind of ridiculous violent film.
I like it. Don't hate me.
And what happened was they were starting to write that film, and Alex Garland like got everyone. They got Carl Urban around 2009. And I just remembered like seeing the first promo shot of Carl Urban like in that new Dredd uniform. I was like, okay, I'm in this, and somehow exactly that. It's not the big shoulder pads as you see in the comics, and I just remembered like wanting to read the comic books just to get ready for this film. And somewhere someone leaked the script, and I was just like, let's take a peek at this. And I read it from beginning to end, and I just started thinking like, this better be fucking awesome, because everything that you see on screen is exactly in the script. And I was just like, holy shit. And once we got to the part where he addresses the whole building in the script, I just kept waiting for like that fucking Stallone thing going like, I am the law, I am the law, I am the law. And I'm just like, no, please no, don't do this. And then when you hear it exactly in the film where he's just addressing the whole block, I'm like, I felt chills from that, reading that scene alone. And then here's what people realize now is the fact that everyone that has seen The Raid automatically think that Dredd is a knockoff of that. The problem is, or people don't know that Dredd was actually filmed before The Raid.
Right.
And the reason why it took so long for Dredd to come out was all the VFX that they had to perfect to make sure that VFX of everything in South Africa, all the mega towers looked exactly what it needs to look like. The Hall of Justice, like all the 200 floors, even just everything was intricate. Everything in the VFX was just done really well, that you did not have to see like the uncanny valley of just someone going like, yep, let's just put this in here. Everything in this film was done right. Especially the only downside is also the side fact that they had to cater to the 3D market at that time too. And for them to achieve all the slow-mo shots, they had to use that fucking camera, the Phantom Flex, to like achieve shots like the slow-mo shots like that. And all I could say is like when I finally saw it, like I got a sneak preview, and I told my friend, the same friend that I took the raid, it was like, oh, it's good, like the raid. I was like, no, it's gonna be fucking nuts. And I remember watching it, and everything I read in the script, and just sitting there in the theater going like, I literally had the goosebumps going like, oh my god, this film is fucking awesome still, even when I read it. And right up to the part where he addresses the whole block, I was like, oh fuck, I felt that. Right when he just growled, I am the law, I just went, this is beautiful. And even like to the point where Alex Garland and everyone wants a sequel, and everyone's saying in the chat right now, we want a sequel. And the truth is, like, they really did set up like this film as like a day in the life of Dredd, and you feel like this film is like a knockoff, but at the same time, you feel the whole world because they really captured Mega City 1 properly in this film, where there's at least like 4 different states of the U.S. compiled into the city, but they contained it in one mega block, and you feel that world inside there. You didn't have to see it much, and that's where I find the difference between that and the raid, because everything in Jakarta and everything else is just outside of Jakarta, but when you feel inside of Dredd's world in the mega block, you know everything inside there. Whereas, and the only downside I say is the marketing was horrible, as we all talked about, and just everyone not giving it a chance because they said it's automatically a raid ripoff, which, as I stated, it's not.
And we have another case of Top Gun, Iron Eagle, The Warriors, The Wanderers. It's one of those.
Yes.
Before we go to Chaos, I got to throw in one more thing really quick. This might be one of the most badass action movie moments in action movie history. When we get to the scene where they get desperate and they whip out all these Gatling guns, right? They whip out all these Gatling guns and they're shredding everyone. They're shredding the tenants. They're shredding the rooms. They don't give a fuck. Even if the tenants own them rent, they don't care. They're shredding everyone. And Dredd's like, oh shit, and he runs away. And then they think they finished Dredd. They think they killed him. And all of a sudden, they send a couple of guys in there. You hear, pa, 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 pa. And you got Lena here, Mama, that's right. She's here, looking across. And out of the smoke and the carnage and the fire, you see Dredd come out in front of everyone, throw one of the bad guys to his death off the balcony, look, turn around, and walk back into the mist. And they're standing there like, I was like, holy shit, that might be one of the most badass things I've ever seen in an action movie. That was just like, boom, and walked away. That was fucking great. Sorry, I fanboyed there, Master Chaos.
No, you're right, though.
Well, I think I'm going to lose some.
It's all right.
Support here.
It's all right.
I did not like this movie. When it first came out, my friends were like, "Oh my god, Dredd, you gotta watch it. It's badass." Yeah, I'll go see it. I missed it in theaters because it was only in theaters for like a month or whatever. So I rented it, and instantly now, Kyle, maybe it's not based on the raid, but I had seen the raid first, and then I see Dredd. It's the raid. It's the raid. And
that can affect it, yeah. That can affect it, yeah. Your viewing experience, yeah.
They're sort of Dredd in the raid plotline. Now, my favorite action movies are stuff that feels real, hard boiled, Die Hard. You mentioned specifically. I was going to mention the chain gun scene. I don't like that scene because it's all fake. It's all fake. I'll take shoot the glass over that scene in Dredd because that's real, man. Glass is actually shattering. That's real gunfire. The actors are reacting to the sounds and the explosions, and the pop of gunfire. You see it on their faces. Lena Headey's holding the thing like this. That thing's loud. Really loud as shit. She's like, ah! Like that. It'd be like, like when Rambo does it in part 4.
Yeah.
He's actually shooting that thing.
Yeah.
That's a loud thing. And her just like she's eating pie, shooting things. Like, come on. To me, action is very, and that's what makes the raid so cool. Is that it feels unrealistic, but at the same time, I mean, beyond a couple of fake gunshots, that stuff is real. They're actually hurting each other, and there's actual violence and things happening. Here, the movie to me was all CG, all special effects, and I'm not a fan of Dredd at all. I didn't like the Stallone movie. I don't feel like I had a friend who loved it, who still loves it to this day.
Uh-huh.
But man, I look at Carl Urban, like the helmet doesn't even fit him. It looks like wow, he looks like a bobblehead in that thing. And then you talked about like his acting. This is him.
He's got the helmet on the whole movie.
he's always frowning. They couldn't get over it. Like, motherfucker, do something. Yeah.
That's the character in the comics. That's the character.
You know what I mean? I get it. But I felt it was almost like a caricature, like almost like he was like said, no, you gotta act badass. Like, how do I act badass? Like, I don't know, go like that. That's gonna look cool. I don't know. It felt silly to me.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I like my action movies to be realistic. I mean, John McClane, Tequila, like that kind of stuff is. I want a character I can go on the ride with, and I felt like Dredd was so much of a cartoon character, of a comic book superhero guy. I never felt like he was under threat. At the end, his woman is a lady, and she doesn't do anything. He throws her out the window. Like, she doesn't even fight back. She just goes, "Oh, I've got a bomb on my arm. Fuck you." Come on, a bomb on your arm. What the shit? I felt like holy shit. Dredd's fucked. He is fucked, and he's gonna get fucking killed. I never felt that because it was. He got
shot. He got shot. Anderson had to save him.
He got shot, and at first I was like, "Who the fuck got shot?" Because they were both Dredds. I'm like, they were both judges. I'm like, what? Oh, okay, it was Dredd that got shot.
The clean one.
But look, to me, it just felt like too much of a comic book movie, too much of a ripoff of The Raid, and I really hate CGI blood. I really hate CGI gunfire, and it was just a no-go for me.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, we can all agree to disagree here.
I did like the world building. I thought that was pretty interesting. Kind of like the remake of RoboCop that we talked about. I love the world building. I love. I do like the inclusion of the psychic character, but I agree with Tony. I felt like that was just sort of more like fluff. Like, I feel like I don't understand why that was in this type of movie. Right. I like the gore when we did see gore. I love Lena Headey. I think she's a fantastic actress, and she's a cool choice for a drug addict villain. I love Domhnall Gleeson. I think he's really interesting in this role.
Right.
Overall, I mean, this is the second time I've seen it. Was preparing for this show because I saw it once and I'm good. I'm good.
That's why this is versus. It's all good. We all can't agree all the time. It's all good. But I totally understand your points. It's valid. You saw The Raid first. That kind of fucked you up, and you're like, ugh. It's hard to compete with a similar premise. I totally get it. But for me, I wasn't expecting realism. For me, I was expecting a comic book movie starring a comic book character, and Anderson had psychic powers in the comic book.
Right.
That's what I got.
I never read the comics, so I didn't know that was part of it.
It's all good. It's all good.
Can I say one thing that has to do with both the movies I forgot to say?
Go for it.
I wish that both main villains were like, it's a big boss. I wish there was a big boss fight. Mad Dog's fight was great. I wish it was like that's nothing compared to what's coming. And like he said, she gets thrown off the building like nothing. I kind of wish she had some other kind of device besides a bomb on her arm. Yeah.
Kill the bitch.
Kill the
bitch.
He literally just kills a woman. That's our hero. That's his that's his big awesome dude. Good job, Dredd. I don't know.
But she was judged.
She was judged. That was it.
He's pissed off because he can't see. He has that X.
Yeah, exactly.
in his eyeballs.
Hey, it's all good. Even if you hate it, it's all good. I won't kill you. I like you. You're good. You're my friend.
He won't eat you.
Ranjit, Tony, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. You like the movie. I'm just messing with you. Ranjit, Dredd. Positives and negatives.
Well, for me, I've always liked the character of Judge Dredd. I mean, I don't know enough about the character, but the character of Judge Dredd, I love. I love his look. I love that he's super violent, and I love that he does not give a fuck about anybody else but himself and abiding by the law. Right?
That's the character.
But for me, the Dredd movie for me,
Okay.
I think fell a little bit short of what I was expecting.
Okay.
I mean, it was a great movie, but
Yeah.
for me, I felt like there could have been so much that could have just been trimmed out of there. So much
Okay.
that was a bit unnecessary. Like Olivia Thirlby's character, I don't think really added to the plot. I think her character was a bit wasted.
Okay.
You know, if she wasn't in the movie, I think it'd still be the same movie. But one thing, I loved Domhnall Gleeson, I loved Lena Headey, but every other villain in the movie I fucking hated. Right? There's
Okay.
a guy where they think that Judge Dredd is in the telephone box thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's a guy that comes out with an AK-47, and I looked at him and I thought, oh my god, whoever is the makeup department, they need to fire this person.
Oh, is that the guy with the wig?
Guy, it was so blatantly obvious. It was so terrible.
The bad wig.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, they need to get rid of this person. Right? And the guy that Olivia Thirlby is dragging around the whole movie in handcuffs. I mean, fair play. He did as best as he could, but he wasn't very good. I was so annoyed with his character. I was just like just shoot him in the head already. Get this character over and done with. They're literally just dragging him around for no reason, right? For me, I felt like the whole movie was also based off just the slow-mo drug. They literally just did everything. I mean, like in movies, you can use slow-mo, right, where it's needed. But I felt like all of Dredd was just pure slow-mo, right? And it was a bit annoying, but on a violence level, let's talk about the violence. The violence was top-notch. I love the violence. The violence, I think it was turned up to about an 8. I think if they turned it up to a 9, I think it would have been even better, but 8 is okay. I didn't check what rating was Dredd, by the way. Was it an R rated?
It was
R-rated, pure hard R.
Yeah.
It was R rated, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chaos. A lot of the blood just looked too CGI'd, and it was just like it looked a bit. It looked like they'd rushed some scenes. But other than that, I can't really fault anything else. I mean, I know I faulted a lot of stuff in the movie, but I mean,
it's all good.
I enjoyed the movie. I think I've probably seen the movie about 4 or 5 times. I mean, I have it on DVD as well. I mean, because I do enjoy the movie.
Right.
But for me, I think from this point on, Dredd will most probably be just a background movie while I'm writing or something or editing. It'll just be a movie that I'm in the background. I don't think I'll pay attention to the movie again.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
Yeah, that's just my point.
Does somebody have their TV on? Does somebody have their TV on or something in the background? I'm hearing this weird feedback coming through for some reason. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Yeah, it's not me. I got headphones on, so I don't know what that is. It's Kyle.
You're like, yeah, it's definitely me. Sorry. Like,
okay, it's all right.
Loud and noisy.
Boo. Boo.
Let's closing the door.
I thought I was hearing something earlier. Hey, it's all good. It's all fair. Even if you hate the movies, it's all good. It is all good. Versus, that's the whole point of it.
He liked the raid, so we'll give him pass.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I didn't hate the movie. I did not hate the movie. I just think there could have been some things which could have been done better. But like,
hey, we're here to talk. We're here to talk about the positives and the negatives. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good.
Tribal Chief,
anybody
come at me, bro. By the way, just clarify, I didn't hate the movie. I think it's it's an interesting movie. I just didn't love it, and it's.
Right.
I mean,
that's fine.
There's too many things I have an issue with that. I mean, I don't own it. It's funny enough. This week it came out on 4K. So if anybody loves it that much, it's on 4K now.
I pre-ordered it.
I just have my steelbook right here.
Oh shit! Nice. You have the Is that the Mondo?
Yes, the Mondo.
Awesome. That Mondo artwork's pretty sick. Hey, it's all good. Even if you hate the movies, it's what Versus is all about. We're here to discuss. We're here to vote. We're here to debate. You know, there's it's all love. We're all one family, even if we disagree. There's no arguing here. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if we start arguing and getting stupid like all these other YouTube channels where people yell and scream at each other, if that ever happened, then I would have to, you know, come in and just remind everybody to stay cool.
Wow.
Oh, was that? Am I good? Am I good or what?
You were just waiting to use that.
I was just all the whole stream, just waiting to use that baby. Oh yeah! Woo! Oh, I'm too good. I'm too good here. Oh yeah, but we're having fun talking about it, and you guys brought up some good points too. And it's all good. It's all great to discuss. We're all one family. It's all fun here. But I'm not regretting getting my tattoo. I still love the movie.
Nice.
But yeah, still love the movie. I guess anything else? Anybody else want to talk positive, negatives about Dredd before we give our verdict? It is time to vote. Anything else before we rock and roll it here?
I think I do have this aspect of why Anderson had to be in the film.
Okay.
So, actually, even though this was like a far off plan, so if we had to look at the film, it was like basically Anderson's test. So that's basically her film. But at the same time, that was just set up to actually try and make a sequel. So if that was a case of, we had the sequel, it would have been like, we actually finally get to see the Cursed Earth outside of it. And somehow get Anderson there. But also there was supposed to be, like in the comics, to introduce the Dark Judges. And that was like the big thing that we would have wanted to see.
Yeah.
I hope we see that one day, even on TV series or something.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to see that.
Well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Reggie.
Go ahead.
the producer Adi Shankar, he said that there was a lot of talk about a script being developed for Dredd 2, but he shot down those rumors and he said there's nothing being developed just because the movie performed so poorly. He actually commissioned a YouTube miniseries, a 6-part episode.
That's it.
Judge
I
Dredd.
take it.
Yeah. It's
I'll
called
take
Judge
it.
Dredd Super Fiend, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But it's a cartoon. And it looks like Ren and Stimpy. And
that was the only problem.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck? Ren and Stimpy Dredd cartoon? What the fuck, you royal boob?
I'm surprised Sophie did not make an appearance yet.
Well, now I'm gonna bring her back now, Sophie from Warrior Season 2. I'm gonna keep her just for you.
Just for you. Monday.
Oh yeah, I won't forget to segue to that and let chat know what's going on for Monday because we're gonna have fun on Monday as well. But all right,
just one quick thing. We talk about the performance. Wikipedia has a range for the budget on this film was 30 to 45 million. And the box office was only 41 million, so they obviously lost some money.
It was bad. Poor thing. They just had to go 3D. But oh well. I would love a sequel where they can improve on any issues, and I would or a series where it's just the judges, judges. I would love that.
Wasn't that in the works? Mega City 1? I could have sworn that was.
Yeah, nothing came of it though. Like nothing. It was just a
really?
Unfortunately. Yeah. But anything else before we give our verdict? The winner, I've gotten rid of most entertaining because that started to confuse people. I've gotten rid of that. I made it a lot more simple now. So for whatever reason, pick which movie you think is the better of the two, even if you love both, which I do. I'm still going to pick a winner for tonight on Versus because that's how we do it. All right. Are you guys ready to go? Tony. Winner of the night, The Raid or Dredd?
This was tough. But I like having these conversations because it helps me make my decision.
Yeah.
And I think based on nonstop action, fighting, realism and just carnage, I'm going to go with The Raid.
All right. Nice. All right. Copy that. Eric.
Yeah, I'm also going with The Raid, primarily for the action design and the choreography.
Nice. And the interesting camera work too. Very awesome camera work in the movie.
Yeah.
Kyle, The Raid or Dredd? You're gonna be a rebel, aren't you? You're gonna be a rebel? Oh! I love it. I love it.
Because
There we go.
the
You guys
film
show
is
love.
shot beautifully.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. I love it. It makes things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I already know what Chaos is picking. He's picking Dredd. All right, Ranjit. Chaos.
I mean, The Raid is just an unstoppable masterpiece and something I could watch over and over again. You know, if we have a conversation about Raid 2 down the line, if we do that episode, I have issues with Raid 2. But I just think The Raid is just a solid movie. And the fact that it's just so simple and it's just people trying to survive. This feels like it's almost like a found footage real time experience that is like literally nonstop adrenaline. The Raid for me for the win.
All right, awesome. Ranjit.
Well, my opinion is probably a little bit biased, but
Hey, it's all good. That's why we're here.
can you hear me?
Bias or whatever.
Good. So it's not because I know the guys and I'm working with the guys, but even before
Spoiler alert.
knowing them, I already
You know Carl Urban? You know Carl Urban? Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Nice. And as much as I love Dredd, you remember I went in with zero expectations. I was pleasantly surprised. I love the visuals. I love the soundtrack. I love the fact that they didn't pussy out and was like the last Dredd movie, and it was a soft R, and they pussied out. I'm glad that it had the blood, and it's some fun, memorable moments for me in that movie. But, you know, I got the poster, I got the tattoo, but I still got to represent my favorite of the two, and it's going to be The Raid! Oh, it's going to be The Raid! Kyle, for fun, I could have said Dredd, even though we were still going to lose.
Fine.
But
We're among
it's
friends here.
gonna be The Raid because Dredd, in my opinion, was a better adaptation. It was a better attempt at an adaptation than the, I am the law, right? I knew you'd say that. But again, you'll be surprised what I actually think about Judge Dredd with the Stallone version. Well, let's save that for another video. But I think it was a better attempt with a small budget to try to do something that the people of the comics would enjoy. But The Raid changed the game, though. That's why I picked The Raid. It's a nonstop action, adrenaline-filled thrill ride, but it changed the fucking game. It reminded all these motherfuckers going around settling for this bullshit mainstream Hollywood. Oh, it's all good. It's got good action because you got stars. You got pretty people you recognize. It's good action. Come on, bring Timmy. Bring Jimmy. Bring Sally. Bring the kids. It's a family picture action movies. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. The Raid came in and said, hey, bitches, reminded everybody, this is what real action is.
Yeah.
With low budget, but we still kicked everybody's fucking ass that year. That's why I choose The Raid. Even though I love Dredd, and I still highly recommend chat to check out Dredd and watch it and enjoy it and have a good time.
Yeah.
Dredd is still one of my favorites. I don't regret that tattoo. Okay? But, as always, we gotta pick a winner, and it is The Raid. I fucked with you guys, didn't I? I fucked with you.
You know what? I had my eyes closed.
You guys didn't even notice. You didn't even notice what I just did there.
I I just saw I stood the raid and I just went, yeah.
I totally fucked with you guys. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, that was so worth it. That was so worth it. What happened to Tony? Where'd he go? Where'd you go? Wait till his headphones are back on. I played the right video. There you go. I thought I'd fuck with you guys. All right, but no, the raid is the winner. This was as always a blast talking movies with you guys. Even if we disagree, even if we review a piece of shit movie, it's still a blast to talk movies with you guys and to hang out with the Movie Dojo Army. That's right, who are 56 people hanging out with us tonight. This is awesome. You guys fucking rock. That's right. And so, let's see. Before we end it early a little bit today, let's see. Was there anything else? Oh, okay. So a quick update for you guys, chat. Tomorrow, Master Chaos, what's going on?
Oh, tomorrow I reach 250 daily episodes over on my channel. I'm having a super stream starting at 3 p.m. PST, having a few friends stop by. We're going to be watching crazy crap that I've downloaded. I mean, insane crap. We're talking Hollywood movie news, and there's a ton of sales. So we're talking about the Warner Media sale and Indicator sale and Kino sale, all that good stuff. So big nice. Show tomorrow. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Right. PST over on my channel.
Nice. Samurai Guy will be there on Chaos's channel. I'll be there around 3 p.m. I can't stay all night because I'll be on Jax B. the Ripper's channel at 5 p.m. We're going to be talking about the music documentary Gimme Shelter from the Rolling Stones. We're going to talk about that because Jax is a music channel, so if you want to head out to her channel at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be on Master Chaos at 3, and then at 5 I'll be on her channel. And then I'll be back on my channel late that night, Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Who wants to join the old samurai for a live Q&A session? And we're going to watch Monster Squad.
Nice.
We're going to watch Monster Squad together. So it's on Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon Prime for free, so we'll be watching it together. Or if you have your copy, we'll sync it together. I'll tell you guys when to press play. We'll have fun.
I want to join so I don't have to do my live.
Well, hey, man, you could join me together. I can let you in if you want.
Wolfman's got nards.
Wolfman's got nards. That's right, yeah. So that's what we're doing Friday night. If you guys want to hang out and join. Eric, any segues to your channel? Anything coming out? Or just released?
Yeah, I just released my final part of the Godzilla reviews. And then next week I'm going to review The Man from Nowhere.
Woo!
Wrath of Silence, which is a Chinese thriller, and then a crazy Japanese horror film at the end of the week.
Oh, fantastic. Make sure you guys head over to Eric's channel and check that out. Kyle, anything coming out besides Monday? Or you want to let everybody know what we're doing Monday?
Well, next Monday, we are going to be starting again on your show, and we are going to be reviewing Paradox.
Yeah. Good. And not only are we going to be reviewing Paradox / Killzone 3 for some fucking reason why that's called that over here. I don't know why. We're going to review it on an Is It Really That Bad episode. Because, baby, we checked the rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and we're like, what the fuck happened?
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. And, surprisingly, it's from the audience.
Huh.
Not the critics. Wow. And me and Kyle are befuddled, and we're like, what the fuck?
I'm not saying anything. I could just guess one of the reasons why.
Yeah, we have an inkling. I think Eric knows what we're thinking. We have an inkling why, but yeah, it's ridiculously low. So don't forget, Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, head back over here. We're going to be talking about Is It Really That Bad? Paradox. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, quick update before we call it a night tonight, chat. Next week, if whoever's in here right now, remember, you're part of the Versus Army, the Venom Mob crew. You guys are always welcome every week, no matter what we're doing. But I know you guys are crazy busy, so it's hard sometimes. However, next week, guess what we're doing here on Versus? We're going to have, first of all, we're going to have a special guest with us. We're going to have, that's right, World Martial Art Hall of Famer Rick Myers is going to be with us. That's
Nice.
right. Author, script writer. That's right. He's done his fun documentary that you can watch on Amazon Prime called Films of Fury, which is a lot of fun. And this guy's done commentary, writing, act. He's done everything. He's been at
Ooh, there you
Comic-Con. Yeah. Oh, sweet! How awesome is that? Nice. Yeah. But yeah, I talked to Rick today, and he wants to be a part of the episode. So I'm very honored to have him be with us next Thursday. He's going to be here on the channel talking movies with us. And guess what we're doing, my friend? Next Thursday we are doing
Awesome. Whatever it is, I'm in.
Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury, Chinese Connect,
no.
AKA, you know where I'm going with this, Eric, AKA Chinese Connection versus Jet Li's Fist of Legend, baby.
Oh boy,
Oh.
that's gonna be hard.
Woo!
That's gonna be hard.
Son, mic dropped.
Yeah.
The mic has dropped. Yes. So remember, if you guys are down, let me know. Message me, and we'll hang out with Mr. Rick Myers, the badass, the Kung Fu Santa. Don't fuck with Kung Fu Santa now. He'll fuck you up. But yeah, he's great, very hilarious, and he'll be with us next Thursday. So tune in next Thursday. All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So don't forget to check out Run. That's right. Kyle was involved with this. Check it out on Hulu. Don't forget to also check out Master Chaos's Blood Brothers. He wrote and directed that. And a little small movie coming out called Exile, you know. Badass action. Badassity abounds. Coming soon, Exiled and Blood Rush, which I can't wait. Very excited to see that from Mr. Ranjit. Hey, I'm so glad you were able to make it, brother. I know you're going through a lot of shit.
Thank you, Phat.
And we're here to support you, man, because you're one of the homies. You're one of the brothers in the Shaolin brothers in the fucking chamber, the 36 chamber. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. And
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
yeah, man. You're always welcome, man. You're always
guys well, man. I mean, I watch all of these guys all the time on your channel, especially Master Chaos.
Oh!
I think Master Chaos is fucking hilarious.
There you go.
Nice to be on the show with all of you guys, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's an honor.
All right, so chat, we're going to go ahead and end it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to all these badasses. They got a lot of fun channels. Support Kyle's filmmaker work. Support Ranjit. And if you're new here, support the old Fat Samurai guy. That's right. We're hanging out. We love talking movies. And this was a lot of fun. All right, we see you badasses maybe tomorrow. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.